This imagery here just doesn't look right. Hello, this is Ken. I like making things. I like making things out of paper, and I like making things cooler. Especially my figures. Sometimes figures don't look all that screen accurate. All they need is a bit of touch up here and there to unleash their hidden potential. I also love using everyday tools and materials to recreate iconic scenes from my figures, so they can shine on my display. Subscribe to my channel and join my DIY adventure as I ask myself the same question every week. Can I make it? Last week, I worked on the last two figures from the Love and Thunder wave, Star-Lord and Groot. The original figures were a bit underwhelming, but I was able to make them a bit more screen accurate. Check it out if you haven't already. Since She-Hulk is out, I figured I could work on my one and only Hulk figure. This is the Hulk figure from the first 10 years Age of Ultron 2-pack. Confession time. I got this because I wanted a Hulk Buster figure. I thought this Hulk looked good, but also a bit like Frankenstein. Let's deconstruct this figure. I like that Hulk is very angry. What I don't like is the design of the pants. Although there's texture molded on the pants, it just looks very disjointed. Random. They got Hulk's feet correct. In fact, very accurate. The body, on the other hand, doesn't look that realistic. The veins are very dark, making it look more like he's poisoned than angry. The face is pretty good. I am, however, going to cover up the redness around the eyes. I know in the movie this happened when Hulk was mind-controlled by Wanda. Overall, the colors look very dull. I want to make this Hulk a bit greener, a bit more like the Hulk from the other Avengers movies. So, can I make it? Let's start with the green. I'm gonna use this leaf green all over the body. But as usual, I'm gonna test the color on the back first. Here's half of his back painted. The color is subtle, but I like the greener, more matte look. Alright, I'm gonna try a different filming style. I'm gonna zoom into the parts I'm working on so you can see the details better. I'm not sure if this will work because the camera is set to manual focus, so forgive me if the footage is out of focus. And let me know if you like this change. So my goal here is to enhance the vibrancy of the green. In Age of Ultron, multiple variations of color grading were used. The movie started very blue, then became very yellow, and ended up becoming more grey. And I remember Marvel revealed that at one point they considered doing Grey Hulk for this movie, but ultimately went with this greyish green. Since this is my only Hulk figure, I want him to be less grey and more green like his appearances in other movies. Oh, Hulk's chest hair. I appreciate the effort, but it doesn't look natural. I'll fix it in a bit. Gotta finish applying this green first. You may or may not have noticed, I personally like working with very thin layers. Most of the time, I use the paint to stain the figure, allowing the original colors to still come through, rather than completely covering up the base figure. I get asked often about what paint I'm using. I mostly use acrylic paint and brushes from the dollar store. I know they aren't the most professional tools, but they work for me. I know there are better quality paint, tools, and techniques out there. That is why I don't talk about mine that often, because I believe you can use whatever works for you. I do have a general FAQ in the description box, and I do more in-depth breakdowns on my Patreon. Okay, almost there. This feels weird. I'm painting Hulk's toes while he's screaming. Anyway, this actually looks pretty good already, but I want to try something. I'm gonna use a darker, cooler green as shading to emphasize Hulk's muscle definition. Uh-oh, this screen's very vibrant. It's not the best color, but it's too late. I can't undo now. Gotta keep going. Let's hope this works. Oh no, he's starting to look like some sort of vegetable. Anyone hungry? Okay, I have a plan. I'm gonna neutralize the green with this burnt umber. Let's see. Please work, please work, please work. Okay, that kind of works. Whew. Let me apply this all over the figure to tone down the green. Hulk may be green, but having a bit of brown in the green will make him appear more human-like. You can kinda see this change in Hulk's movie appearances too. He gradually gets less and less green and a bit more brown over time. Okay, mine stayed pretty green. Now let me give his chest hair more volume. I'm adding more hair near the center of his chest, one strand at a time. Okay, I'm gonna do the rest off camera. Be right back. There we go. The last thing I have to fix are his pants. The color is a bit odd. It's like a blue, but a very muted blue. I'm gonna rub a thin layer of the Copenhagen blue to make the pants more vibrant. Hey, you can now support me on Patreon. I post quite regularly there, from behind the scenes updates to sneak peeks to video breakdowns. Top tier members will receive a DIY 3D mini poster every month. These mini posters look great by themselves, but even cooler next to other mini posters. I love making things, and this is my way to thank my supporters. The link to my Patreon is in the description box down below. Alright, onto the face. Not a big fan of the redness and those veins, so let me repeat the same steps. Starting with a base layer of green, then a bit of the darker green around the eyes to cover up the redness and add a bit of shading. I like that they gave Hulk a screaming face, but the teeth have little definition, so I'm going to define the individual teeth a bit and darken the inside of his mouth to give it more depth. As for the hair, I don't really need to do too much. Let me just add a tiny bit of grey hair onto the sides. Alright, here it is. I'm pretty happy with the painted head. The veins are more natural looking, and the redness is gone. And I think the expression looks even more intense now. Like you can feel the anger. What do you think? Do you like the painted head? Let me know down below. Alright, here is Hulk all finished. The first thing I noticed is that it doesn't have this plastic sheen anymore. I like the greener look, but I am unsure if he's too green. Can Hulk be too green? Let's take a closer look. His muscles are more defined now, especially on his chest. Speaking of chest, his chest hair looks pretty good too. Still unsure about the pants. They just don't look like pants to me. Overall, I think this was a success. Hulk looks more like the Hulk from the movies. The pants do still look a bit odd, but everything else looks significantly better in my opinion. I feel like I can display this Hulk with other non-Age of Ultron figures now. I'm very happy with the face. I love it when the figure captures the personality or expression of a character. Hulk is always angry, and this face captures that anger perfectly. I don't have endgame Hulk, but that Hulk's face haunts me. Anyway, let's end this with a photo shoot. Ooh, this looks good. Not that many figure looks good in the neutral pose. Unfortunately, the legs are a bit weird. The hips and leg joints turn in different directions, and the ankles have very limited range. So it was a bit of a challenge to bend the legs, balance the figure, and create natural looking poses. On the other hand, the upper body is very fun to pose. The angry expression just adds so much energy to every pose. It makes Hulk look like he's about to strike at all times. which is what his character was in Age of Ultron. It's almost hard to believe how many poses I managed to get out of Hulk. Anyway, give this video a like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's video. I have a PO box now. If you want me to check out something, you can send it to me there. I will be announcing the winners for the giveaway in next week's video. And as always, stay inspired and I'll see you next week. I can make it, so can you.